Happy Saturday, Connect fam. Welcome to the Connect Network TV right here on the CW. We always appreciate you allowing us to spend your Saturday mornings with you. I'm your girl Stitches. And yes, each and every week, we are elevating the conversation and amplifying the voices of women in business and female entrepreneurs. And like I say, from time to time, we sprinkle a little bit of amazing men as well. So if you are looking for inspiration, if you're looking for motivation, and if you are looking for that inner circle to network with women who are just doing it, then you're in the right place. So let's get started. Oh, before I get started though, I know I'm a little naked this morning. My girl Sandy Glant is not here with us, but she will be back next week. She's doing queen duties, so don't worry. And look at that, I got a queen necklace on, so making it make sense. So yeah, this is the place that you want to be at because we're going to be talking to some folks. There's an event actually happening right here in South Florida, particularly in Hallandale. Ashley Baptiste and I think Mr. Gus is going to be coming with her as well. They're going to tell us all about how you can live your best life. So let's not wait. I think we're going to pull them in. Hi, Gus and Ashley.
Hi, Stitches.
Hi, Stitches. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. Thanks so much for having us on.
So let's talk about this. You have an advanced conference coming up. Can you tell us about that? What is it all about?
Absolutely. It's called the Power Conference to Advance Women, or better known as
the Advanced Conference.
That's easier, right? So yeah, we've been putting this conference together for about, like 5 years.
We have eight or nine amazing women come on there who've all had tremendous success in their life, including our own Sandy Glant.
Yes, that's what I heard. Our gal pal is going to be there. That's awesome. Tell us more about that, Gus.
And these women, we look at success. People are successful, and we think like, oh my God, they do everything's right and everything's great and everything's successful. It doesn't work that way. It's hard work. There's failures. There's points of hard times, and every one of these women who are going to be on a stage will tell you how they did it, how they got there, and what makes them successful, and how they want more out of life. There's more to come, so we're super excited.
Definitely, all of the women who are speaking have had some level of challenges to overcome, just like all of us do, and they're going to share how they've done that. So
and how you can.
Yes, and that's even more importantly how you can too. So we're so excited because, of course, Sandy Glant, Mrs. International, is going to be presenting about 5 tips to get more time in your day, and she's doing it all. She didn't accept that part where everybody said, "Oh, you can't have it all." She's like, "Oh, yeah, I can. I'm going to show other people how to do it too." So we're just.
Right. And Ashley, I know there's a list of a lot of panelists, but I want to get more time to talk to you and Gus about some other things that people really need to know about as well. From what I understand, assisting companies that host their own virtual events is pretty much your event. How do you help companies have this stellar event? Like how can you help them?
Well, I'll jump in here. So during COVID, our business changed drastically. We went from doing in-person events to everything going virtually online. It was a lot of trial and error. We actually demoed 25 platforms to learn how to do it, to learn the ropes, to learn the equipment you need to do a virtual event, or what we like to do now is hybrid events. So we assist companies with that technology and that help and the steps they need to take to make that successful.
I love that. And Gus and Ashley, thank you so much for your time. But before you go, one thing that you want people to know who might be interested in signing up for the Advanced Conference, one thing that you want them to know as they're signing up.
Which one thing, hon?
Oh, I know one thing. Here's really cool. So
yes.
the conference is it's not just a conference. By signing up for the conference, you get a year-long group coaching call that happens every 2 weeks. It's a great group of women who join us every 2 weeks.
So it's not just the one-day conference you're signing up for. That one-day conference lasts all year.
I love that. So it's kind of, you're building a family and a network.
Exactly.
100%.
I love that. One more time, guys, please give us the information if people want to sign up for the conference or just connect with you.
With it?
Yeah, I'd say theadvancedconference.com is the URL for the conference, or 3 ticket types. There's a virtual ticket, and 2 in-person tickets, an executive ticket and a VIP ticket. But we'd love to see you live and in person in Hollandale Beach.
I love it. And don't forget, connect with them if you're looking to put on a virtual or in-person event. Thank you, guys. I just want to come just to meet you guys. You guys look like you're just a bunch of fun.
We have a good time.
We know how to have fun, and we'd love to meet you.
I love it. Thank you so much, Gus and Ashley. Stay tuned, Connect fam. The level up continues, honey. Frankie Ray, the creators of the business bag. We saw it last week. They are fabulous, darling. Coming up next, we're going to sit down with the amazing poets. When we speak poetry, we have to snap and not clap, all that and more on the Connect show. Don't you move. Okay, I'm sorry. It just felt right. Don't move. We'll be back.
Are you registered to vote? The general election is set for Tuesday, November 8th. All 435 seats in the House of Representatives and 35 of the 100 seats in the Senate will be contested. Your vote matters more than ever. Confirm that you are registered to vote or get registered today at our website, theconnectonline.com/vote.
Welcome back, Connect fam. Your girl Stitches here. Sandy Glant will be back next week, but I'm excited about our next guest. You'll understand why I'm speaking like this, but before I go too deep into it, just some background history. American spoken word is a performative art form that really first originated, most say, during the Harlem Renaissance in the early 20th century. The Last Poets, a compilation of several groups of poets and musicians who arose from the 1960s civil rights movement and is said to have really laid the foundation and groundwork of the hip hop genre. Today, we have Elena the Poet, ladies and gentlemen. She's going to share more about this form of art and the power and history it holds. Please help me welcome, new to the Connect fam, Miss Elena the Poet. We're not clapping, we are snapping, dog. So today, Elena the Poet is here with us. Elena, let's start really with your name. Where did that come from? And how did spoken word become your business?
So as far as the name is concerned, it's not that complicated. For me, I just wanted people to be able to recognize me by my name for what I was doing and be able to simply call me Elena. Well, the Bible says that your gifts will make room for you. And I did not understand that until I began to walk in this particular gift, which is the gift of spoken word poetry. And I began to see how it became a business. It was something that I was able to craft and skill to get better, and people wanted to pay me for it. So it's a blessing.
I love it. And I don't know, you just the way you talk is poetic. I don't know if it's just me. You sound poetic and you look gorgeous.
Thank you. Shout out to Virgo Vixen too for doing my makeup, child. She had to get me right, so we're gonna shout her out.
I love it. And Elena, I want to ask you, why is spoken word so important?
It's not like poetry. It's poetry, But spoken word is a whole nother form or another realm of poetry, which is all the things that make up good ingredients to actually touch people, to move them, to stir up their spirits, to tug on the spiritual consciousness of people. And I think that poetry and spoken word can go places inside the hearts and minds of people that other things can't reach.
I love it. And you are actually building speaking of you're building your own movement. What is the main focus behind it? Let's talk about that.
So the main focus behind it basically is to win souls. For lack of better words, I want to be able to reach the hearts of men and women across the world. I want to be able to touch them through the power of the anointing. These things heal people. These things go inside to those places in us that are not being attended to. And so when I get that I've touched the heart, when I get that, I've stirred up something, I know that God's going to do the rest. I can't follow it out, but I know that if that seed was planted, something is on the break. And that to me is a blessing. That's what it's all about. So it's definitely a movement. That was the right word.
Nice. And is there a name for this movement?
So poetry is a gift.
I love that. Well, Elena, the poet, please tell us where we can follow you and support you. I don't know if you're going to do a little something for us before you go. But
yes, ma'am. I got my musicians here with me, and we're going to rock out a little something for y'all and give y'all a little spoken word so we can put some of that in your hearts and souls.
I love that. So first, tell us where we can find you and where we can connect with you.
So listen, y'all, you guys can follow me on Instagram at Elena the Poet. Simple. It's ELAINA the Poet, one word. Or you can go to my website, elenathepoet.com, or you can type in the hashtag poetry is a gift. I'm on YouTube. Follow my show, Eat with the Poet. I'm on the radio on Mondays. I'm Strong Arm. And you could just put me in your Google search engine and everything gonna come up.
Poetry is a gift indeed. Elena, thank you so much. Coming up next, author Connie Elaine is back to share her new book, The Cage Was Her Cocoon. You're not going to want to miss it. Trust me, if you are ready to be free and mentally and physically and just emotionally, this one is definitely for you. Don't move. Connect them. We'll be back. Connect fam, your girl Stitch is here and my gal pal Sandy will be back next week. But let's get right into it. I'm always happy to introduce our next guest. She's a friend of the show and we've been learning quite a lot from her. Please help me welcome back to the show, Miss Connie Eileen. How are you, Connie?
Oh, I'm doing amazing. Every time I come on, it just feels more like home. So thank you for having me again.
We are going to learn more about your book. So if you don't mind just sharing a little bit more, telling us about it and really how much is behind the title, like Cage. I think it makes sense, but really delve into it if you don't mind.
For sure. So The Cage Was Her Cocoon is an inspirational memoir, which really just chronicles my journey from prison administration to entrepreneurship. So essentially, I faced a number of adverse situations, but I found myself in this space of having to have the courage to keep moving forward, right? Building that resiliency. I kind of share my survival guide of sorts with my readers, really helping them to dismantle some of those limiting mental constructs that fear and self-deception can sometimes create. Really just highlighting that our cages are where like self-sabotage kind of transitions into self-mastery.
Wow. And let me ask you, thank you for sharing that. How did you write this book, and how has it been able to personally help you, if it has? I'm sure.
Absolutely. So writing this book, I decided I had a story in my heart, and I was like, oh, who cares? Like all the stuff that we kind of struggle with when we're deciding to put ourselves out there. But the writing process is really a process. And the more you dive into your story, the more it starts to kind of open up some things that you thought you dealt with already. It makes you kind of really take a deeper dive. And I decided just to challenge myself to work through all the stuff and get the book done. So I published the book in October of 2020. Mm-hmm. And initially they said, self-published book authors, they only sell 250 copies for the life of the book on average. And I had sold, I think, in pre-orders, almost 300 copies.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, wow, what's happening in my life? So it's been an amazing journey, to say the least.
That's awesome. And this is actually a workbook. So how do users utilize this to really get the most out of it? If you can briefly tell us about that.
Sure. So the actual book is The Cage Was Her Cocoon. And then we do have a workbook that, is sort of like the companion, right? Like this is where you take everything that we've discussed in the book, all of the steps, and you start to look at yourself, right? Cage is to confront adversity and grow exponentially, right? Yes. And so it's not just that thing that's holding you back, which in my instance, my cage happened to be in prison, right? Like it is where I grew and developed and all that goodness. And so the workbook really just help you work through all of the stuff that you've kind of been holding on to, that you need to let go of in order to break free and live that life that you want to live.
Nice. And Connie, do you have any tips for other women that are really leading in their field, that have that desire, that burning desire, that really want to write? Any tips for them?
So I would just say self-awareness is key. It can take you a long way. And so instead of sort of allowing for fear to kind of paralyze you, just allow the fear to serve as a barometer for just how big that this next step is going to be, and just take it.
I love that. Just take it. Hashtag it. Just take it. And I know
take it.
I know people are ready to purchase your book, and not to mention are collaborating with so many persons and programs across the country, sharing the Civilian Corrections Academy. If someone in those industries is watching right now and really wants to partner with you, how can they reach you, Connie? Where can they go?
So they can reach me at Connie@civiliancorrections.academy. That is my email. Just email me and I will be responsive. If they want copies of the book is at thecagewashercocoon.com. Actually, that landing page is the only place that you can actually get the workbook.
Thank you, Connie. It's always a pleasure to have you, and we can't wait to hear and learn more from you. So many blessings, and thank you for sharing your experience, and not only that, but looking to help other people as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
No problem. So stay with us, Connect Band. October is here, darling, and we are all about like the cool things and what is fun and what is fall, and the weather kind of feels like it's fall season as well. So you're not going to want to miss out on it. We're going to chat with Frankie Ray. They have a lot of fashion things they're going to talk about, especially the bags that I love. Don't move. Let me see if they're going to Let me see if I can get me one too. Maybe for you too. We're family. Don't move. I got you.
We are living in challenging times, and despite having a 9-to-5 job, you still find it difficult to pay your bills and have money left over to spend on experiences that brings you joy. If you're at a point in your life where you know that there is more for you, you want to start a side business and express your multi-passions, but you're not sure if your gifts or ideas can be profitable, believe in yourself and connect with us over at RaquelWalters.com and let us help you to get clear on the knowledge you have that you can monetize right away.
Welcome back, Connect fam. So the owners, let's get straight into it. The owners of Frankie Ray are back. These two ladies are hilarious. They're a hoot, but most importantly, their products are amazing. So we talked about the business bag, darling. This is an absolute must if you are a woman in business that likes to move in style. You definitely got to get their business bags. But Sasha and Stacy are here with us, longtime BFFs, and they are back again sharing more about their fall collection. So please help me welcome back Stacy, Sasha. Hey, ladies.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Hi.
I love you guys. I promise I do. How are you?
We're so glad. We're so glad to be back.
So I did try to sprinkle in trying to get a bag for our Connect fam. We'll talk about that later. Let's talk about the fall collection. Okay. So we have the tracksuits, the jumpsuits, whichever lingo you want to talk about it, whatever. They're fabulous. They're amazing. And they are absolutely gorgeous. So tell us more about these looks. And I think you're rocking them, aren't you?
Yes, I am. So I'm wearing, we call this the white party tracksuit. So it has our signature floral and velvet along the side, here on the inside of the collar. So, you know, this whole white shirt makeup problem solved. So we are about form and function. So these are just a really great way to still look chic and sophisticated, but, you know, still going in line with that athleisure, you know, vibe that is so popular, but just, you know, taking it up a notch from the old plain, you know, yoga pant and sweatshirt. So it's a little, you can, you know, pick up your kids from school, you run to the grocery store in this. Happy hours are really fun. This is the more demure of the patterns, given that it's the white solid with just a little accent. We've got others that have a little more oomph to them. So
I love it. So it's white with an added bit of Frankie Ray flavor on it. How about that?
Exactly. It's our starter pack.
There you go. And what colors do you have available, ladies?
We have the white as well as a leopard, a black floral, and a blue floral, which is our signature print. And you will also see the blue floral mimicked in one of our business bags, the head honcho.
I love that. And last week we talked about this. We love the colors and the vibe and just the brand in totality. How did you ladies choose the fabric? Because you're very intentional with it. How did you choose the fabric and the look for the jumpsuits?
Well, we designed all the fabric. So all of our floral patterns and interior textiles on all of our bags and products are original patterns that we made. So that's how it just never felt like it could truly be Frankie Ray unless we built every piece of everything and all of its components. So I mean, from the customized hardware on the business bags to all the floral prints, like we really wanted to make, even our zipper pulls are tiny. It's a tiny lion.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
I love that.
You know, when we at least have a brand that we feel really connected with or really admire, it's those small details that make it feel more special, you know, more elevated, or just that love and that thought that was put into it.
And just a sidebar question, because I know somebody's watching. Were both of you, because you're longtime friends, were both of you into the arts and designing? Because you mentioned you designed the patterns yourself. Were you both into the arts and designs as kids?
For both of us, there's always been a creative element that we've shared, whether it have been like just decor or things that we have just talked about and wanting to do. Right. And there was a time where she was designing accessories for Fred Siegel back in our early 20s, and I was designing fanny packs and t-shirts with my sister. And so sometimes to have that freedom to do exactly what it is that you want to do, that you have a passion for, you do have to create that place in the world. And that's been our driving force in really staying strong and continuing on to do this, because the only way to make it happen is if we do it ourselves. And so that's been our primary inspiration every single day.
I love it. And I love how you both just support each other, yin to the yang. I love that. And like you mentioned, ladies, everything obviously matches perfectly with the business bags. In case you missed it last week, here's another sneak peek. Let's check that out. Ladies, let's talk about how you pretty much do it all, especially working together. We have a lot of entrepreneurs that may be really having a difficulty in their partnerships. How are you ladies able to make it work? Is it the longtime friendships, or how are you able to make it work?
The business has been the glue for our perseverance, as far as making sure that we work through anything within our friendship. We've done that our whole lives. When we say we are our own customer, that is absolutely true, because we know what everything that we've created has done for us. And we hope that that's something that we can give to the rest of the world and show them that if you do believe in something and you keep on working at it and believe in it enough, then sometimes your friendship will be what builds an empire. Hopefully.
I love that. Well, we're happy that both of you ladies decided to come together, because now we have Frankie Ray beautiful business bag styling. Yes. Purple coming soon.
Hopefully, yes. We'd love to do a jewel tone collection. We'd love to be around long enough for everyone to see that.
Beautiful. And one more time, where can we find the beautiful business bags and the jumpsuits, everything? Where can we find you?
So at frankieray.com. It's FRANKIRAY. And then our Instagram is also a fun little party spot. So you get sneak peeks at new collections, funny, silly banter videos, and just our whole lives. So it's at Frankie, FRANKI.Ray, RAY.
Awesome. Thank you so much, ladies. It is always a pleasure. So go check out those business bags and the jumpsuits if you haven't already. I think it's perfect for the timing as well. So if you are ready to build your business and brand with the power of media, then what better way to do that with the Connect Network TV? So please hit us up, Connect Network TV, and let us share your brand and connect. Get it? Keep past episodes in mind. If you want to binge watch like you do on Netflix, keep up with past episodes. Just head over to connectonline.com. Again, that's connectonline.com. Until next Saturday, thanks for hanging out with your girl Stitches. A big shout out to all of our amazing breast cancer warriors. October is the month of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so show some love to that survivor. Love you for free. Take the time out. Tell somebody you love them while you can hear it and receive it. Love you for free.
Keeps that devil frozen when his heat tries to get close to me. See, I'm a black woman. I have responsibilities. I have goals to meet. So I think on these things. I think on these things that they would manifest in my heart. Knowing that what I feed my mind is where it starts. So I feed her strength. I took one bite and I began to feel strong.